So what's the best free resource for checking and learning to improve your credit scores? Well, in this video, I'm going to be comparing 3 different sites, Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, and WalletHub, and highlighting what each one has to offer. Hey everyone, this is Kyle from Money at 30, and on this channel we look at personal finance from a millennial perspective, including app and tool reviews like this one, so please consider subscribing. So if you're watching this, you probably already know the importance of checking on your credit and knowing where you stand, but you've also probably heard about a few different sites and don't know which one to go to. So that's why I thought it'd be helpful to compare Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, and WalletHub and see how they stack up against each other in 5 different categories. So for this review, I'm going to be looking at the scores that each site has to offer, the navigation and user experience of their websites, their mobile apps, the different alerts they have available, and finally what I believe is the star feature of each of these 3 sites. So round 1 is all about the credit scores themselves, and I should say here at the top that all 3 sites utilize a credit model called VantageScore 3. This means that the scores you see might not exactly match the more popular FICO scores that a lot of creditors are going to judge you on, but at least give you a ballpark and tell you where you stand. As it turns out, Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, and WalletHub all offer scores using data from Transunion, which is one of the 3 big credit bureaus. Because of this, and because they use the same VantageScore model, I found that all 3 of my scores across these different sites are identical. However, Credit Karma also provides a second score from Equifax, which is another credit bureau that you might have heard of recently for some pretty horrifying reasons. So because it offers 2 different scores, whereas the others only offer 1, the winner of this round is Credit Karma by default. So for round 2, we're going to be diving into the desktop version of all 3 of these sites, starting with Credit Karma. So once you log into Credit Karma, the first thing you'll see are your 2 credit scores. Clicking View Score Details will break down your score by credit factors and show you where you can improve. Another helpful tab is the Account section, which lets you view other information on your credit report, including both active and closed accounts. Personally, I think you can skip the My Recommendations, Credit Card, Loans, and Auto tabs unless you're specifically looking for a new credit card or some type of loan. However, there are some good features under Resources, which we'll talk a bit about later. So moving on to Credit Sesame, the first thing you'll find is your credit score along with a few other tabs. Similar to Credit Karma, Credit Sesame will also give you an analysis of your score based on the different factors that go into creating your score. Beyond that, the only really helpful tab you'll find is the My Finances, which will pull down and offer a few different tabs, including My Debt, My Credit, My Monitoring, My Credit Report, and My Financial Goals. Just like it sounds, the My Debt tab will let you look at your current balance for different credit cards as well as a variety of loans. Unfortunately, you can't view much more info about your individual accounts other than that. In fact, while Credit Sesame used to offer the option to purchase your credit report, it seems that that feature is on a temporary hiatus. So with the rest of the main tabs mostly just showing recommendations for credit cards and loans, let's move along to WalletHub. So the first thing I'll say about WalletHub is that the design and artwork actually remind me a bit of an app I reviewed a couple weeks ago called Clarity Money, which I'll link to on the YouTube card. If you did happen to watch that review, you'll know that that's actually quite a compliment. The other thing I like about WalletHub is that it's very easy navigation. First you have your dashboard, followed by credit analysis and your credit report. So when it comes to my credit scores, lately I've been really focusing on credit utilization and trying to keep that low. That's why I appreciate that under credit analysis, WalletHub will show you a graph of your credit utilization along with debt load and a few other factors. As for the credit report tab, it's actually fairly similar to Credit Karma's and will let you see if you've had any late payments and some other data on all your different accounts. So what I really like about WalletHub's site design is that it has all the useful tabs in one place while relegating the others to a separate section. For that reason, I'm casting my vote in round 2 for WalletHub. So moving from desktop to mobile, round 3 is all about apps, and once again we'll start with Credit Karma. Credit Karma's mobile app is pretty straightforward and functions a lot of the same way as their website. For example, tapping on one of your scores will allow you to dive into those different credit factors. From the main tab, you can swipe over to view a few different other alerts and notes. Additionally, the account section has much of the same information as the desktop site version. So one of my problems with the site version of Credit Karma is actually fixed in the app version, as all the offers are in one tab, so you really just need to use the first 2 tabs. Credit Sesame's app is also pretty easy to navigate, although I will say it doesn't seem to be as pretty as the other 2. Additionally, while all 3 apps include ads for credit cards and other services, I feel like they're the most noticeable in the Credit Sesame app. For that reason, it's sadly my least favorite to use. Then once again we have WalletHub, who have also done a good job of taking their website and turning it into a mobile app. So all of my favorite features from the WalletHub site are here, including that credit utilization graph that I like so much. And like I said, I really enjoy the color scheme and design of WalletHub, which makes the app pleasant to use. So with all that considered, when it comes to mobile apps, I'm actually going to declare it a tie and give a point to both WalletHub and Credit Karma. So next up is alerts, which is something Credit Karma has quite a lot of. By going into your Credit Karma profile and selecting Communications and Monitoring, you can set up alerts for all sorts of different activities. For example, you can connect your different bank accounts and have it alert you when you make a large purchase or when a bank charges you a fee. But what's kind of strange is that for all of the alert options that Credit Karma does offer, they're missing one pretty big one that Credit Sesame actually does offer. So while most of Credit Sesame's alert section is dedicated to their newsletter and other products, one really helpful section is the ability to set alerts for when your credit score goes above or below a certain threshold. This is a feature so obvious that I'm honestly surprised that Credit Karma doesn't have something similar. As for WalletHub, the notifications are way more limited and much more generic. Basically, you can sign up for credit alerts either by email or by text, as well as savings alerts by email, and change the frequency of those, but that's really about as far as it goes. So I thought long and hard about this one, and I decided that while Credit Karma does offer a lot of different notification options, those are the types of alerts I'd rather get from a regular personal finance app. Meanwhile, if I'm signing up for something to learn about my credit score, I really want to be able to set a threshold to know when my score is going up or down, which is why I'm going to give the point to Credit Sesame. For the final round, I want to highlight what I believe to be the star feature of each one of these three services. For Credit Karma, there is no doubt that that feature is the Credit Score Simulator. Found under the Resources tab, the Credit Score Simulator allows you to select from a number of different activities and see how those could potentially impact your scores. This could be extremely helpful if you're thinking about opening a new credit card, taking out a loan, or seeing how your score could be impacted if you pay off some of your debt. Moving on to Credit Sesame, one of their unique features is their free identity theft insurance. So just for signing up for Credit Sesame and opting into their program, they will cover up to $50,000 for certain expenses and legal costs related to identity theft. Naturally, there are a lot of rules, terms, and conditions for this offer, so be sure to check out the site for more information on that. So finally, in addition to their credit score services, one thing I love about WalletHub is their wallet literacy section and test. The quiz itself will ask you questions on a number of finance topics and then show you how your score compares to other users. On top of that, WalletHub also has their own answers section where you can ask experts about some personal finance topics that you might be wondering about. So despite Credit Sesame's free insurance and WalletHub's wealth of information, I still need to give the point to Credit Karma for their awesome credit simulator. So based on this 5-round rubric, I am ready to declare Credit Karma the winner, followed by WalletHub and Credit Sesame. But while I think Credit Karma is the best overall, there are features in all three of them that might make them worth signing up for. For example, you might want to sign up for Credit Sesame just for the free insurance or the credit score threshold alerts, while using WalletHub to better educate yourself about the credit system. Also, I'm curious to know if you've used any of these three sites and what you thought, so please be sure to leave your comments below. And also, if you enjoyed this video, please give a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe. So thanks for joining me for this big credit battle, and I will see you next time on Money at 30.